Welcome and thanks for joining us. Today we're playing Classic Klondike Solitaire, doing the draw 3 variation, and going to try our luck here. One of the first things I like to do when I start out is see what moves can be made in the columns and then work on the draw pile. I also like to save one of the first cards, early cards if possible, from the draw pile as insurance. Sometimes to the point where I'll unplay column cards if I have to. So let's see what we have here. We're going to move that. Move the Ace of Hearts up. And, okay, we have a good card right here, the Six of Diamonds. We're not going to play it yet. We're going to use it as insurance, but that will open up a lot of space in these columns here. Typically, I like to whittle down this draw pile at the start if possible. So let's see what we can do here. These lower cards can sometimes be tricky to play. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to play these unless you have to. I mean, if it's early in draw pile, I'll play a lower number card. I'll also play a lower number card if I think I can move it up top later. Here we have the Ace of Hearts, so we can potentially move that up later. The thing you want to watch out for sometimes is you get to the end of the game and you'll have one of these cards blocking you, and it'll bottleneck you from moving other cards up top. That's not the case here, but it's always something to watch out for. Okay, let's see what we have. A lot of black cards. Alright, let's see how the cycle looks on the way through. The second time, we can move this. This Three of Spades is more tricky. I'm going to hold off on that. Can play it later. And, let's see. I think we're going to play it now and see how this pile resets. So that'll be the Queen. Deuce, we could play the deuce. These cards again could bottleneck us. The 10 we can play, so that's something we're going to look at here. I'm going to go through again and going to play that 10. We could going to hold off on the deuce. The deuce can always be played at a later time. We can play the 10. Oh wait, no, we are going to play the deuce. The reason we're going to play the deuce is because if we play the deuce, we pull this 9 of hearts through the next time, and that'll open up this 8 of clubs on the column, as you'll see in just a minute. So we're going to back up here, going to play this deuce. And the only reason you play one of these low cards if you have to is because you could open up columns, which we can do here, so we're going to play that. Otherwise, they can bottleneck you if you can't move them up top to the foundation pile. So we're going to play the 10. We'll play this 9 on the way back through. And go through again. Alright, there we go. And going to play the 9, and we've got a choice between this 8 and this 8. Typically, when you have two of the same card, I will choose from the column, unless, let's say it's one of these early columns or something, where there's not a lot of cards under it. And, or let's say you have... Let's say this was at the very beginning of the draw pile, and it changes the rest of the draw pile, then I would strongly consider playing this one. But in this case, I think this may be better. You never know. There's always the undo button, just in case. Okay, the 5's not the best card, but not the worst card, because it allows us to open up another card. 2 of spades. Oh, we can move it right there. That's a good card. And that's a better card. Okay, not bad. We'll see what we got in the time around. Okay, let's go through again. I don't think there was a black 9. Going to cycle through the draw pile one time here. All right. We are going to play this insurance card and keep our fingers crossed. There are two different moves here. There's this 5 and this 5 right here. We are going to try this 5 first and then maybe use the undo feature, depending on how this plays out. We can move the 6 there. We can move the 5, and then we can go up top. That may be the move. Yeah, that's probably the move. C3... Yeah, that may be the move. Let's try the other way. Let's try the other 5 just to be safe. That just has that move right there. So this 5 is the better move of the 2. We're going to undo, and we're going to do this move right here. Then move the 6, the 5, move the ace up top. You move this ace up to the foundation pile, and then we can move a couple other cards as well. And potentially move some more if we get creative here. We can also open up with the king. I'm not sure. Gonna hold off on that king move. We'll see what else is out there. I think the red, the red king is gonna be the right. Well, I think it's gonna be the right play because if we have a black queen, we can move this jack. I can't remember the specific draw pile off the top of my head. But oh yeah, this is the right move because we can move this black jack or the red jack right here. And let's see, 4 we can move, and then we can move this up top. Hearts we can move up top. I'm going to show a little trick here, and that's shifting around to move this stuff. Oh boy, we got a bunch of options here actually. Alright, going to show the trick after I uncover some cards here. Okay, the trick is this. We want to get rid of this 5 of diamonds, and to do that, if you have a 5 of hearts, and you have one of these black cards, you can shift it back and forth. So we're going to take this 4 of clubs right here, put it under the 5 of diamonds, which allows us to put the 5 of hearts up top and put the 5 of diamonds here. The question was, should we move this 6 of hearts up top as well? And that's something we're going to have to answer a little bit later on here. Okay, I just got to keep my eyes open and try to figure out if I'm... Oh, that's a good card. 4 of spades can go up top. That means the 5 spades can go up top as well. And now we can move the 6 of hearts and find out what's underneath it. If you remember the earlier trick, we've got 2 red 6s right here. We're going to shift this black 5 under the other red 6. And that allows us to, or opens it up, and we can open up the column right there. And that's good because the red 10 allows us to open up this column right here as well. And that's even better because we can put the ace of clubs up top, deuce of clubs, open up the column. We open up that column. We can take a card down from here. And we're pretty close. Going to be pretty close to solving this. Well, we'll see if we can with this ace of spades. I can't remember where the draw pile is. I will in a minute after it resets. Okay, that's a very good card. This 8 of diamonds, we're going to play that. And it's going to open up this column right here. So we've essentially opened up all the columns. And that's a very good card, the diamond, because that allows us to go up with the rest of the diamonds. It allows us to put a lot more cards up to the foundation pile. 7 of hearts. We can move clubs up. We can, yeah, we'll have to see here. We're going to be close on this one here. All right, let's see. This is the tricky part right here with a draw pile at the end. I'm just going to cycle through it one time and then maybe show it on the left. 3, 4, what is that, 4? No. 3, yeah. So there's like 12 cards in the draw pile. We went through there 4 times. Or actually 13, more than... There's 13 cards left in the draw pile. If we were to play all 3 of these, we sometimes can get bottlenecked. We're going to play cautiously. So we're going to play this card first, and we're going to see this 10 would drop. So we're going to cycle through and let the 10 drop, and then play all the other cards out of the back if we have to. So we'll play that up there. And... again, the 10 is going to drop, so it's going to be 10, then we can play the king, we can play the 8. We're going to try to play some of these cards out of the back. We can play the 6 of spades, we can play the 8. 10 is dropping, so we're going to wait until it recycles or sets through. We can't play this. We will be able to play the 7 if we can get that to drop. We can play this card right here. And let's just cycle through and see what happens here. So the 10 drops, that's our first option. Let's see what's behind that. Okay, it's going to be the 7 dropping next. So we're just going to play one card here. We're going to play this 10 of hearts. And then we're going to cycle through again. It's going to open up the 7 of spades. We're going to play that one card, and then we're going to play this one queen of clubs, and then we can play the rest of it, if that makes sense. Cycling through, playing the one card, the 7 of spades. We can move some other stuff up as well. And then we're going to cycle through again. The queen should be our first option right here. And now we can play the rest of the cards. That's just a little trick with moving the draw pile. It's going to help you. If you can master that trick at the end of the game, having that one card as insurance and then pulling the rest of the cards through, you're going to be able to solve a lot of games that you normally could not solve or normally could get bottlenecked at the end. If you could take any one thing out of that, take that little trick out, and that should help you tremendously. And of course, that is going to wrap this up. I am signing out. Thank you for watching, and good luck.